time now for Beer Chill Morning News on this Thursday morning, November 5th, 2015. Good morning to you all this lovely Thursday morning, November 5th, 2015 here. Here are your news headlines here in the top story at 8 a.m. on this Thursday morning. Here is in London, where Russia and Egypt Thursday dismissed as speculation British suggestion that a bomb caused a Russian jetliner to crash in the Senate Peninsula while in the UK. Fox Lake Police Lieutenant Joe Glitowitz staged a murder scene to mislead detectives before committing suicide 2 months ago, reportedly said. Washington, the Communist government of Vietnam has agreed to American terms to grant potentially far-reaching the labor rights of the country's workers, including the freedom to unionize, and to strike and return and expand their trade between the former. A child who reported missing in Alabama 13 years ago has been found safe and unarmed in Cleveland, Ohio, reportedly said. Julian Hernandez was in legal custody of his mother when he disappeared on August 28, 2002. Detroit, Ben Carson and a soft-spoken Yale-educated brain surgeon was searched in the GOP presidential race as Wiggins had spoken briefly as divine intervention at several pivotal moments in his life. Lahore, survivors jumped to the rubble and collapsed Pakistani factory and pleaded for help on the mobile phones on Thursday. Amen as rescuers said they feared the death toll of 18 could rise in the latest strategy to the spotlight poor safety standards. Taipei, Taiwan, Taiwanese President Ma Ying-jeou is running its skepticism at home and is. It attended this historic meeting with China's president named it locking into the dialogue that he has built from zero with Beijing during his newly 8. A man wearing a protective blanket stands at the shores of Lesbos, Greece as refugees and migrants after arriving across the agency from Turkey on Wednesday, September 30th. Myanmar, when Aung San Suu Kyi candidates emerged as a campaign rally in Myanmar, the crowd bursted in cheers and showers with flowers, confident that the opposition will prevail this weekend after decades of struggles. New York police say that a small plane that went down the Atlantic Ocean off Breezyport, Queens was en route to New Hampshire from Philadelphia. Merced, California, a construction worker who ran into the California University classroom to break up what he thought was a fight being held a hero for preventing a student armed with a hunting knife from possibly killing his intended target. A suspect in the shooting center invited police as Titus Club was escorted away from an apartment building after an hours-long standoff officials Wednesday in San Diego. Top prosecutor keeps releasing raunchy emails as Pennsylvania Attorney Joe Catholic was arraigned on charges that she linked secret grand jury material to lie about it under oath at the Montgomery County Detective Bureau in Northside, Pennsylvania. U.S. stock futures index were higher on Thursday, a day after the Federal Reserve Chair Janet Yellen indicated that the interest rate hike in December was a live possibility. The Bank of England indicated that it remained cautious of the prospect of increasing the interest rates from a record low on the global environment and feeble inflation clouded stock look. Facebook passed another milestone reported Wednesday that its base of monthly active users passed 1.5 billion for the first time. Media stocks faltered during Time Warner calls with analysts to discuss third quarter earnings. Stocks down 17,867.58, down 50.57 points. SP 500 2102.31 and Nasdaq 5,142.48. A man is died after parasitic worms growing inside his organs were found to be cancerous. Doctors have reported the worm cancer was able to flourish inside the body after the 41-year-old Colombian patient's immune system had weakened by the HIV. Latest data from the U.S. CDC suggested that a resistance to antibiotics sexually used for gonorrhea treatment sort of increased in 2014, even when the demand going down from 2011 to 2013. And international team researchers has traced cases of scarlet disease outbreaks in parts of the United Kingdom and Asia in the past 5 years. In Belchtown, Massachusetts, crews in Belchtown have been trying to put out a fire that the former Belchtown State School has no further information been available at the time, but yeah. Peter Chell News Time is now 8:04. Time out for a sponsor report here. Last night, the Boston Celtics put up a good effort, but they came up short of a 198 loss to the Indiana Pacers in Indianapolis here. Tonight, the Boston Bruins will be down in Washington, taking out the Washington Capitals here, while the Not Lence's girls soccer team will begin their playoff quest in the first round in Seekonk against the Seekonk Warriors. Game time 6 o'clock here. The Golden State Warriors will beat the Los Angeles Clippers by 4 points on Wednesday night. That's it. 4 points divided between the Western Conference, but the second best team in the Western Conference. Anthony Murray issued a statement of the Paris specified easily dispatched David Goffin at the Davis Cup final dress rehearsal. Cleveland Cavaliers LeBron James beat the New York Knicks in new black jerseys as they defeat the New York Knickerbockers 96-86 in Cleveland. Well, 49ers beat chasing the Falcons, quarterbillions, and the two teams grew up in the week 9. Whatever perceived in rock bottom of 2015 San Francisco 49ers, 60 maybe the franchise might be right next to it. Peter Chaldusa, 805 on this Thursday morning here at 10 after Trevor report here on this Thursday morning. Baby. Let's take a look at the maps here as 1 doing in the westbound side Newport Bridge a little slow here. 1 doing in the eastbound side. Get an accident around Route 1 in North Kingstown, so expect for delays here. 95 in the northbound side, a little slow around Route 4 in East Greenwich here. 95 in the northbound side, so from 295 will work all the way at the downtown Providence here. 95 southbound side, so particular at the downtown Providence here. 185 in the westbound side, so from Seacock right at the downtown Providence here. 195 in the westbound side, a little slow around Route 44 to get an accident around Route 44 in East Providence here and get another accident on 195 westbound in East Providence here. 146 in the southbound side, so from Lincoln all the way to downtown Providence here. 610 connector, so from 6 to downtown Providence here. Route 6 a little slow before Route 610 connector here. 295 in the southbound side, so after Route 6 in Johnson. 295 in the northbound side, so from Route 37 to Route 12 in Crescent here. 146 in both ends a little slow before Route 99, Lincoln North Smithfield stretch. 99 in the northbound side, so from 126 to Route 122 to Lincoln Woonsocket area here. 95 in the northbound side, slow doing an accident on 95 northbound before 295 in Attleboro, so expect delays here. 25 in the eastbound side, a little slow around Rotary here. Around Buzzards Bay here. 28 in the northbound side, a little slow before North Falmouth here. Route 6 to the eastbound side, a little slow after Route 134. Today, that's a Route 6 to the westbound side, a little slow around Route 134 here. 148 to the northbound side, a little slow before Route 24 in Taunton here. 95 on the southbound side. Slow around Route 285 in Albert, 95 in the northbound side, so from 152 to North Albert to Route 95 in Mansfield there. And 95 in the northbound side, also slow from Canton all the way to Route 120 in Canton here. 24 in the northbound side is slow from 139 in Southern all the way to Route 120 in Canton here. We get an accident on Route 3 in the northbound side before Route 228 in Rockland and Route 3 to the northbound side. Slow from Derby Street in Hingham to the Braintree split here. 120 to the southbound side. Slow from Pugbark Street in Canton all the way to the Braintree split here. 120 on the northbound side. It's slow from 138 in Canton all the way out to Route 20 Waltham here. Southeast Expressway above fence off of the Braintree split all the way out to the Mets Pike here. Into middle total both ends slow. 185 on the northbound side, so from Milford all the way out to Mass Pike and Westboro. 185 on the southbound side, so from Robert all the way out to Route 9 in Westboro here. 290 and get an accident here on 290 after the Mass Pike and Auburn, so expect delays of 290 from Auburn all the way out to Worcester around Route 9 here. 146 on the northbound side, a little slow for Route 290 Worcester here. Mass Pike in the eastbound side, so from 495 Westboro all the way out to the Prue Tunnel here. And then Mass Pike on the westbound side, it is so from Logan Airport all the way out to the Prue Tunnel here. Mass Pike in the eastbound side, so the Austin Brett Tolls here. Mass Pike in the eastbound side, so around the Boston University. 120 on the southbound side, so from Blythefield all the way out to Waltham. 120 on the northbound side, so from the Waltham stretch. 120 on the northbound side, so from Lexington all the way out to Burlington here. 120 on the northbound side, so around Route 93 in Reading. Route 3 to the southbound side, so from Lowell all the way at the Billerick and then the breaks again before Route 120 to Burlington here. 93 to the southbound side, so from Lawrence all the way out to the Zankin Bridge here. Route 1 to the southbound side, so from Route 16 all the way out to 93 in Boston here. Route 93 to the top bad side, so 45 and out of all the way at the Lawrence here. 45 to the step bad side, slow down. Route 97 to Dave here. And every turnpike did slow from just the airport all the way at the Merrimack in New Hampshire. 93 to step bad side, slow down. Route 102 in Derry, New Hampshire here. Every turnpike on the top bad side, so after Route 293 in Manchester, New Hampshire. 293 is slow between 93 and every turnpike in Manchester here. 93 to the north bad side, slope around Route 89 in Concord, Hampshire, due to an accident on the on-ramp to 93 northbound from I-89 here. Spalding Turnpike, slow around Route 4 in Durham, New Hampshire here. Up in the main turnpike here, we got an accident here. Get an accident at the main turnpike and stop outside. A bit further, another accident at the main turnpike, stop at after 295 in South Portland, so expect some delays around 95 here. But otherwise, you're going to go from York to Augusta via Portland on the main turnpike here. 295, looking good from Portland to Augusta. Okay. Subway system is looking good. Commuter rail, Green Bush Line train 071, 654 a.m. from South Station late today, 5 to 10 minutes to the big no problem. Here, Kingston Plymouth Line train 033, 711 a.m. from South Station late today, 15-20 minutes to the signal problem. Here, Kingston Plymouth Line train 038, 737 a.m. from Kingston late today, 30 minutes to the signal and switch problem. Here, Kingston Plymouth Line train 036, 711 a.m. from Kingston late today, 10 and 15 minutes to the signal problem. Here, Providence Line train 80373 from substation late today, 10 50 minutes to the late track train here. Providence Line train 808 637 from Wickford Junction late today, 10 50 minutes to the signal problem here. And on the ferries, they are looking good. Here's your news time, 812 here on this Thursday morning here, Tanafa weather report here. And it is going to be a terrific Thursday in store with another mild temperatures here. For today, slight temperature showers after 4 p.m. Most skies about 7 degrees. Southwest about 5 to 9 miles per hour. Gust 21 miles per hour. Anticipation 20%. Tonight, slight temperature showers penetrating after 10 p.m. Otherwise, most skies about 55 degrees. And southwest about 3 to 5 miles per hour. Anticipation 20%. Friday, penetrating before 9 a.m. Most skies about 7 degrees. And light southwest wind increase at 8 to 13 miles per hour in the morning. With gust 23 miles per hour here. For that, slight chance of showers before 3 a.m. Most skies got about 55 degrees and southwest about 7 to 15 miles per hour. As high as 26 miles per hour becoming west after midnight. Anticipation 40%. Saturday, Podcast got about 62 degrees. West with about 9 to 13 miles per hour here. Saturday night, Podcast got about 39 degrees. Sunday, Sunday, most coast got about 50 to about 30 degrees. Monday, Sunday, most coast got about 54 to about 35 degrees. Tuesday, most coast got about 58 to about 40 degrees. Thursday, Podcast got about 58 degrees. Currently, the Norton 600 degrees overcast skies. Humidity 90%. And that is going to be it for the Peter Channel morning news on this Thursday morning, November 5th, 2015. Previously, have a good morning and a good positive. Do it new time for a new time.